Hi, I'm Bridget Welch. I'm the chair yoga teacher for the Senior Center. And let's begin by putting our hands together at the center of our chest, palms pressed together and your thumbs pressed against your chest. And we'll take some long, deep breaths to center ourselves and to get our lungs expanded for our practice. Now we'll inhale and we'll bring our hands up together and look up so the front of the body is stretching, and then breathe out and sweep your arms down in a wide arc down at your sides. Then inhale again, bringing your hands together and up and looking up as you inhale slowly, and then exhale, sweep your arms down at your sides. And then inhale again, bringing your hands up and look up. Exhale, sweep your arms down and relax. Okay, next we'll do one called spinal flex. For spinal flexes, it's good to sit a little forward on your chair so you have space between your spine and the back of your chair, especially if you have a chair that has a hard back. Then you'll put your hands on your legs. We're going to hold on to our legs a little bit with our hands for leverage, and we'll inhale, pushing our spine forward so the chest and belly come forward when you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you push your spine back so it's shaped kind of like the letter C. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. Your head remains upright as you move. So most of the movement is below the collarbone, all the way down to the tailbone. And the hips are connected to the bottom of your spine, so they should be moving back and forth with the spinal movement. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Now we'll inhale and straighten the spine. Exhale and relax. The next exercise is called spinal twist. It's another one where it could be helpful to sit forward. And we're going to have our hands up so they're bent, the elbows are bent at right angles. And we're going to inhale, twisting to our left, and exhale, twisting to our right. Now we'll inhale and come to the middle. And exhale and relax our arms, maybe shake them out a little, shake our shoulders out. And the next exercise is called shoulder shrugs. For shoulder shrugs, you have your hands on your lap again. And this time we'll inhale, lifting our shoulders up like we're shrugging, like we're saying, I don't know. And then exhale and you release. You just drop them right down. So it's inhale, lift, exhale, release. Last one, inhale, lift your shoulders up, and then exhale and drop them down. Now we always follow those with neck rolls. To do neck rolls, you tilt your chin forwards to start, and we're going to roll our head slowly out towards the shoulder while you're breathing deeply. When you get to your shoulder, don't continue rolling backward, but instead bring your head across towards the other shoulder and then roll down the front. So you're making more of a half circle than a circle. Breathing deeply, taking your time as you move. And then you stop and switch the direction for a few times, remembering to keep it a semicircle on the front half of the body, moving slowly and consciously and breathing deeply. Then you inhale, bring your head up to the middle, and exhale, relax. So for our next exercise, we'll do one where we circle our lower spine. This one is another one where it's good to sit a little bit forwards. We're gonna have our hands on our lap, and we're gonna lean out from the lower back, creating a bit of a circle with the whole upper body. This loosens up lower back muscles and muscles around your hips maybe. Now we'll stop and we'll go the other way for a few circles. And then inhale and straighten your spine. Exhale and relax. We're going to move on to a couple of leg exercises. For one, you sit all the way back on your chair, so you have support under your thighs from your chair. You're going to extend your legs out straight, and you're going to move your feet so your toes point away from your body and then back towards your body. So you're kind of doing a pumping motion. That actually is a pumping motion. It's good for your circulation. And it's stretching and strengthening your lower legs. You just breathe a relaxed, deeper breath. Good. And then we're going to switch to the other leg exercises. So you separate the legs a little more. And we're going to roll the legs in and out from the hip joint. So your feet roll in and out, a little bit like the windshield wipers on a big bus or a truck. They kind of go towards each other and away from each other. It's good for your hips. Then you relax your legs down, shake them out a little bit. We're going to do an arm exercise that's similar to that one. It's what we did with our legs. So our hands are straight out in front. We bended our wrists so that our fingertips point upward and downward alternately as the forearms are being stretched and strengthened. Good. And then from your shoulders, turn your arms in and out. Again, that windshield wiper move. Hands sweeping inward and outward. The movement is from your shoulder. And then we'll relax. Shake your shoulders out if you need to. Now we're going to do one where you do one arm. You start with your right arm. You're going to bring your arm up. And when you get to the top, you stop and rotate your wrist a few times, stretching out your forearm and wrist. And then you bring your arm down the back of this bigger circle. And then you sweep your arm up again. Stop at the top of the circle, rotate the wrist a little bit. Sweep your arm down. Bring your arm up, rotate the wrist. Sweep your arm down and relax. We'll shake our arm out. Then we're going to switch to what should be your left arm. Bring your arm up. When it gets to the top, you rotate your wrist a few times. Then sweep your arm down. Bring your arm up again. Rotate your wrist. Sweep your arm down. And bring your arm up. Rotate your wrist. And then sweep the arm down and relax, shaking your shoulders out. Good. And relax and breathe. We'll do one where we're just turning our head from side to side now, like you're saying, no thanks, no thank you. Inhale while you turn to your left, and exhale while you turn to your right. So you're moving slowly enough to get a whole breath in one direction and a whole exhale in the other. Breathe in, bring your head to the middle. Exhale and relax. For our next exercise, we'll put our hands on our shoulders with the fingers in front. It may be good to have some space between your chair back and your body for this. And then you rotate your arms. The shoulders are moving like somebody swimming laps in a pool. So one arm comes up and over and then the other. Rotating your shoulders. Let the size of your circle be dependent on your comfort level. So if you can't do very big circles, don't worry. You just do the size that feels relatively still comfortable. Now stop and go backwards. So each arm comes up and back now. So you're swimming backwards. And then we'll relax. We'll shake out our arms and our shoulders. Good. So next, we have a couple arm exercises where we do one arm at a time. So start with your right arm extended, straight forward, and bring the right arm across your body, across the chest. Use your other hand now to pull the right arm in closer towards your chest, if it can come closer, and you breathe deeply. And it's going to be stretching somewhere near your shoulder. Some people might feel it in the upper back, near the shoulder blade, or in the upper arm. It just depends what muscle around your shoulder is the tightest. Keep breathing deeply. Then extend the arm forward. Bend the elbow of the same arm, and then lift your elbow up, however far you can get it. And then you use your other hand to push or pull the elbow a little bit higher up if it will let you. Again, you're working with your comfort level. Sometimes, keep breathing deeply, please. Sometimes stretching is uncomfortable, somewhat. But if you have any sharp pain, for instance, your body is saying, please don't do that. So you listen to the cues from your body, and we'll relax our arm down, we'll shake it out. Now we're gonna do the same things on the other arm, which for you is most likely your left arm, straight out, and then bring it across your chest. Use your other hand to pull the arm into a hug. So you're breathing deeply and stretching somewhere around the shoulder. And then we'll bring the arm forward, bending the elbow, and we'll lift our elbow up. And then same thing, use your hand to push your arm however far you can get a stretch that's still fairly comfortable. Breathing deeply. Good, and then when you're done, if your hand's on your upper back, give yourself a little pat on the back for doing your chair yoga. Bring your arms down, shake your shoulders out. Good, and then one more that I usually group with those two is one where you bring your arms up to 90 degrees again, bent at the elbow and shoulder. Turn the palms of your hands so they face out away from you. And then you're bringing your elbows back as far as you can, so you're activating muscles in between the shoulder blades, and then you move your arms up and down a few inches, maybe 6 inches, maybe 10. Strengthen our upper back. And then relax your arms. Shake your arms out. We have another leg exercise. So again, it's nice to sit somewhat forward. And this one, you are going to be moving one leg out to the side and then back to the middle. So for this one, sometimes it's helpful to hold your chair just so you have a little more leverage if you choose. All right, here we go. We're going to start with your right leg. Bring the leg out to the side and then back to the middle. Bring that leg out again and back to the middle. Bring your leg out and back to the middle, and then bring your leg out and back to the middle. And then we'll switch sides, so it's going to be the leg should be your left leg. Bring your leg out to the side and back in, 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 and then you relax. So next we stand up. We have a couple exercises that we do standing behind our chair. We use our chair for balance. You can, if you're not comfortable standing or unable to stand, you don't have to stand. In fact, this next exercise works just as easily in the chair. I'm going to stand, and I have to move my chair a little bit. So standing behind the chair now, we're going to do the side bend. For the side bend, you inhale and you reach up straight, and then you exhale and lean to your side. And then you inhale, come up straight, exhale, lean the other way. Inhale, straight up, exhale, lean, inhale up straight, exhale, lean, inhale, straight up, exhale, lean, inhale, straight up, exhale, lean. Then we inhale up, we exhale, bringing our arms down and relax. Now we're going to do tree pose, another standing exercise. So when you do tree pose, it's a balancing posture. So there are a few things to remember. One of them is when we do balancing exercises, when we get to the part where we need to balance, we're going to make sure we're breathing deeply, and because that helps you keep your balance. And we're going to find something to fix our eyes on, one thing, and it's got to be something not moving. So if there's something in your line of sight that's nice and solid and unmoving, you can put your eyes on that in a moment when it's time. So you start first by standing on both feet and feeling the weight of your body, feeling gravity holding you to Mother Earth. We'll imagine we have roots going into the earth like a tree. If you're sitting in your chair, imagine the roots are coming from your hips and your legs, and feel your weight on the chair. Now we're gonna, if you're standing, shift your weight onto your left foot. Pick up the bottom of your right foot and place the sole of your foot against your ankle of your other leg. And your knee should be turned out to the side, unless it doesn't turn all the way out, of course. Now, this is the time when you fix your eyes on something and begin long, deep breathing. And when you're ready, you bring your hands up and make the top of your tree. So I'm just pressing my palms together. It might not be in the frame. And breathe deeply. And then we'll relax. We'll bring our hands back down and our feet down. Shake your legs out a little. And then we're going to do this again on the other side. So now you shift all of your weight onto your right foot. You're going to pick up the bottom of your left foot and place it against your ankle or calf with the knee pointing out to the side. Again, find something to lock your eyes on and begin long, deep breathing. And then we'll slowly bring our hands up and create the top of our tree by putting our hands together above our head. Breathe deeply. Oh, do be patient with yourself if you are not very solid and you're wobbly or you lose your balance. It's not a big deal. Just keep a playful attitude about it. Every time you try it, sometimes will be easier than others, and that's fine. Now we're going to relax, bring our hands down and our feet, shake our legs out again, and then we'll come back to sitting down. put my chair exactly where I had it so you can see me. So now we're getting to a breathing exercise. This is a deep breathing exercise where we're gonna be breathing very full, deep breaths down into the bottom of our lungs. And in yoga, sometimes we call it the 3-part breath when we're learning it. And for that, you imagine that there are 3 sections, top, middle, and bottom to your lungs. They're not really distinctly divided like that, but a lot of us just breathe in the top of our lungs when we're not thinking about our breath. And so you're not getting the full benefit unless you breathe really deeply. So we'll put our hands on our stomach. We're actually going to start this breath with an exhale. So we have our hands on our stomach. We're going to push in on our belly and breathe out. Then you relax your hands and breathe in the biggest inhale you can breathe in. So the bottom of your lungs will fill, then the middle, then the top. And then again, you press your belly, exhale. And continue like that. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale. We're going to change it a little. Inhale. Exhale. Now keep the air out. Relax your hands. Pump the muscles of your belly in and out while your breath is out. Then breathe in. Breathe out again. Holding your breath out. Move your belly in and out a few times. Then breathe in. Breathe out again. Move your belly in and out. Breathe in. This is the last one. Breathe out. Move your belly in and out. Breathe in. And then we'll relax. Now we'll put our hands on our stomach again, and this time it's to rub your abdomen in a circle. So you're going to go up your right side, across, and down the left, going clockwise. Clockwise as if the clock was printed on your shirt, on the front of your shirt. So going up your right side, across, and down the left. I'm demonstrating it backwards. If this video is not in reverse, then I'll act as a mirror that you can just mirror if you're not really into thinking about right and left. Oh, and if you do it counterclockwise, you're not going to harm yourself. And relax. Clockwise is the best because you're going the same direction as your colon and encouraging movement. But just the massage encourages movement, even if it's not clockwise. Now we have another exercise that this is kind of like sit-ups, but we're in a chair already sitting up. So you sit forward on your chair a little bit, and you're going to interlace your fingers, if you can, behind your neck and head. If you have really tight shoulders, you can leave your arms down. And when I say to aim your elbow at your knee, people whose arms are down will be aiming their shoulder at their knee instead. Okay, we're going to take a deep breath. And then as we exhale, we twist the spine and aim our elbow at our knee, going across the midline. Then you inhale up. Then you exhale, go down across the midline to the opposite knee. So it's inhale up, exhale, twist, inhale up, exhale, twist. Inhale up, exhale, twist, inhale up, exhale, twist. Then you inhale, coming up, and you relax. Shake out the shoulders if you'd like. Now we have another one, it's called the bridge. And this one, when you're doing it in regular yoga that's not in a chair, when you make the bridge, your bridge is flat. But because we're partly on a chair, we're going to be more like a ramp. So the way to do the bridge is we'll put our hands on the edges of our seat cushion. Your legs are coming straight forward. Your knees are bent at right angles to start. Your feet are flat on the floor. And you're going to lift your body weight on the inhale, lifting your hips up like that, and then exhale down. We only do it 4 times. I just did that as a demo, but you have 4 times. So you will come up and back down. Now, some people can't lift like that. A lot of my students don't. And so if that's the case, what most of my students do to adapt if they can't lift all the way up is they just lift however far they can. And so sometimes it's something like an inch. As long as you're trying and you're activating those muscles. Then there's the third option is if you feel like you can't lift yourself today, your arms hurt, or maybe you had a surgery, you're not to use your shoulder or something, then you would just take a deep breath when I have everyone breathe in, and you would breathe out with the group, and you wouldn't lift up, but you'd still be doing yoga because you're doing the breathing and you're staying in the flow of my class. So here we go. We're going to do whichever version feels right to our body. So inhale, come up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, down. And relax. Okay, so now we have a few exercises that we do that are for the pelvic floor. These are muscles that we're going to be working with that are the ones that help you maintain your continence or avoid incontinence. So they're the very muscles you use if you're in a car and you're on a road trip and you have to use a restroom, but you're not quite there. You got to hold it. Those are the same muscles we're going to exercise. We're going to exercise the ones that hold in the urine and the feces. So for the first exercise, I'm going to say flex, and that's going to mean tighten those muscles. Then I'm going to count to 5 out loud, and we'll keep that tension in the muscles, but keep breathing. And then I'll say relax or release, and you'll relax the muscles, and then we'll repeat that a few times. Here we go. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. 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 Okay. The next exercise is the same concept, only we're holding for the count of 10. Remember to keep breathing. We're not holding our breath. We're just holding the tension in those pelvic floor muscles. And here we go. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to breathe. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. And relax. And we have one more for the pelvic floor. And this one is where there's no counting. And we're going to just flex the muscles and then release them a few times. Something to pay attention for is sometimes other muscles try to help. I noticed like my legs were trying to tense to help on one of the previous ones. So if this is a more advanced thing, many of you might be my students who've been doing this with me for years. You try to refine it where you're only tightening those muscles of the pelvic floor and you're not having other muscles join in that don't need to. So again, this one we're flexing and releasing with no counting. Here we go. Flex, release, flex, release, flex, release, flex, release, flex, release, flex, release, and relax. And I do encourage you to do those pelvic floor exercises more often than, I don't know if you're going to see this video only on Fridays, but I've always told my classes in person, you would benefit from doing those exercises more often than the one day a week that I get to do them with you. So think about adding that to your daily self-care exercises that you do. Okay, so for our next exercise, we'll stand again if you're able to stand. One of the exercises, the first one, you can do this in your chair if you need to. So you're going to reach up from your hips if you're seated. If you're standing, you're reaching up all the way from your feet up to your fingers way up in the sky. Whether you're standing or sitting, you put your arms up. But if you're standing, you may come up on the balls of your feet if you like, on your tippy toes, but you don't have to. And here we go. We'll stretch up, just lengthen the body, and then relax. Good. Now we're going to do archer. Archer, like someone who shoots bows and arrows, is done usually with our feet a little wider apart, if that's comfortable for you. Or you could stick with about 1 foot apart, which is kind of common with some of our standing exercises. So with our feet apart, we're going to turn 1 foot to the side. So this would be your right foot turning straight out to the side, and then you turn your other foot so it's angled somewhat forward. And then you bend the knee on the front leg just a little. Hold the arm out on that same side as if you have a bow and arrow, and then take your other hand and draw it back like you're drawing your bow and aiming. And look out over your front hand as if you are looking at a target that you confidently know that you can hit. So you got your chest lifted and your head upright and a little smile on your face because you know you're going to get a bullseye. Breathing deeply. Shoot your arrow. Oh, look, you got a bullseye, and I did too. Now we're going to turn the other way. So basically same exercise, just turning now so it's your left foot going straight out to the side, and your back foot, which is your right one, angled just about 45 degrees. Bend the knee of the front leg just a little. Hold your arm out like you got your bow and arrow. Take your other arm, draw it back. Look out over at your target, over your arm, looking way out at that target that you already got one bullseye in. Chest is lifted with confidence. Breathing deeply, little smile. I got this. I know I got this. And shoot. Hey, we got bullseyes again. And then before you sit, or you can do this from in your chair, we're going to do the Jello dance, which is basically you just shake your arms and your legs and your hips and your every joint that you have, just shake it, shake it, shake it. And then we'll come back to our chairs for the last segment of the class. So now that we're seated again, we're going to use our hands to pat up and down our legs, open hands, patting lightly to stimulate blood circulation in the surface capillaries. So patting up and down your legs, gently stimulating circulation. Then you move up and you pat your arms. Good. And then for the next exercise, we're going to use our fingertips on the center of our chest. So this is to stimulate your thymus gland. So you're tapping right here. And you can let out a Tarzan yell if you want. I usually do that in class. Like, oh, something like that. I usually do 2. I'm only doing 1 today for some reason. Good. Okay. So now we're going to do one called belly laughter. And this one, you're going to stimulate your immune system by laughing really hard. It helps us to get more white blood cells being created than would normally be created. So you're going to do your biggest laugh, and it can be real or fake. It doesn't matter. Here we go. Good. All right. So that gives you a nice, it gets your blood pumping too. Your heart's beating a little faster and everything. So it's really increasing your vitality in more than one way. Now we're going to do a breathing exercise. This is called alternate nostril breathing. So when you do alternate nostril breathing, you'll be using part of your hand to block your nostril. So I usually, you could press on the side of your nostril, for instance. I know we're not supposed to touch our faces now, so that means that you would want to wash your hands after, just in case. Okay, so you take a deep breath, cover your right nostril and breathe out your left, and then breathe in your left. Then you switch nostrils, breathe out your right, breathe in your right, switch nostrils, breathe out the left, breathe in the left, switch nostrils, breathe out your right, breathe in your right, switch nostrils, breathe out your left, breathe in your left, switch nostrils, breathe out the right, breathe in the right, and then we'll relax. And just relax your breath now. Next, we do an exercise called warm eye bath. When you do warm eye bath, you begin by rubbing your palms together vigorously. This is heating up your hands. It's creating the warmth that I was speaking of. And we're also opening up the flow of healing energy in our hands. And if you have glasses, you may want to take them off in a moment. We're going to clap once and then put our hands over our eyes. So that's where you would have your glasses off. Palms are over your eyes and they're kind of cupped over your eye sockets so that it's nice and dark in there and your eyes are open and receiving the warmth and the healing. And then relax. Okay, now we do it a second time. We're going to rub our hands together vigorously. And the second time, you can choose to put your hands on your eyes again, or if there's another area of your body that you'd like to intend some healing and love and energy for, you could put your hands over that area, like a sore muscle or something. Clap once, place your hands over an area that could use some healing. And again, intend love and healing for your body. Good, and then we'll relax. Now for our last thing that we do, we meditate on our breathing. So for this one, you're sitting straight. Your spine is straight, your head's upright and in line with your spine. We'll have our hands on our lap with the palms up and open and relax. Nice receptive posture. And we'll begin breathing a deep breath, but it can be a relaxed deep breath. It's not forced like the one where we had to push on our stomach. So we're just breathing a relaxed but deep breath. Find a comfortable breathing rhythm for you. Ideally, breathing through your nose if everything's flowing. You can breathe through your mouth if you need to. And you just turn your attention to the breath. Pay attention to something about your breathing, like the way it feels coming in and out of your nostrils, or the feeling of your lungs expanding and contracting, and the body moving with that, expanding and contracting. Okay, and now we'll take a deep breath. And then we'll exhale and relax. All right, hands together at the center of the chest to end the class. Thumbs pressed against your breastbone. We say goodbye with a 2-syllable mantra from Kundalini Yoga. The words are Sat Nam, and when used as a greeting, it means my true self sees your true self. Sat Nam. And thank you very much.